2011's Mobile Suit Gundam Age was developed as a collaboration between Sunrise and Level 5, the studio behind video games Inazuma 11 and Yokai Watch. First pitched purely as a game by Level 5, Bandai liked the concept enough that they decided to turn it into an anime. It is, without question, the least popular Gundam series to date. Gundam Age is structurally unique in that it follows a family of Gundam pilots across 3 generations as they fight against a common foe, each piloting a unique Gundam and supported by a largely new cast. It's kind of like if one took 3-ish Gundam series and crammed them into 49 episodes. It has some spin-off manga and novels, and there is an OVA adaptation of the second arc with new animation. The advanced generation of Age is set after the ancient Colony Wars. Hint hint, old Gundam series, cough cough. In AG-101, a mysterious alien foe dubbed the Unknown Enemy, or UE, begins to attack space colonies around the Earth. The Earth Federation, outclassed technologically and also vaguely disinterested, is unable to stop them as they destroy the space colony Angel. In AG-108, the space colony where Flit Asuno and his mother live on is attacked by the UE. Fatally wounded, Flit's mother passes to him the Age device, containing the blueprints of an ancient mechanical messiah called the Gundam. Flit survives and uses the data from the Age device to create the Age system, consisting of the Gundam Age and the Age Builder, which can use combat data gathered by the Age device to produce new weapons and attachments for the Gundam. 7 years later, Flit's new home, the space colony Nora, is attacked by the UE. Flit uses the Gundam Age to fight back and save the colony's inhabitants from its destruction. Thus begins Flit's lifelong battle against the UE, and his journey to becoming the savior of the Earth, joined in turn by his son Asuno and his grandson Kyo. Each has their own adventure, their own struggles, and their own Gundam. Conceptually, it's a really neat idea, and the fact that it's basically 3 Gundam plots in one should mean that there's a lot of opportunity for the fat to be trimmed off for a more tight, cohesive experience. It could have been real good. It was not. Gundam Age is in fact really bad. I kind of despise it. The main problem with Gundam Age comes down to 2 things: pacing and plot. You can really tell that Gundam Age started as a video game. The actual structure of the series feels very paint by numbers. And the in-episode sequence of events are frequently just the most hackneyed plot contrivances required to move between very middling action and emotional set pieces, upgrade rollouts, and constantly reiterated empty melodrama. It's weird because they'll often fast forward through what should be the most important bits of character development to instead get to really empty character moments, or action set pieces that just end up repeating themselves between the generations. And the plot just isn't good. The worst part of it is what I call the "oh, you read the script" problem. Because characters constantly make decisions, know things that they have no real reason to, or are present at the arbitrarily right time in the arbitrarily right place for events to occur, with no real justification beyond the fact that it's in the script, and the sequence of events demand it. It happens constantly, and it is maddening. Let me walk you through an example. Okay, so halfway through the first arc, Flit is on a space colony where 2 warring families from the Colony Wars days are fighting using Zaku-looking mobile suits. There's a long dumb thing of Flit convincing them to drop their past grudges and fight the UE. Whatever, it's stupid, it doesn't matter. The UE sneak into the space colony, which, sidebar, space colonies are apparently the easiest thing in the fucking world to sneak mobile suits into, and it keeps happening. Anyways, to blow buildings up, I guess. I'll double back to that bit, because that's its own thing. They see the Gundam hanging out with other mobile suits, and they attack. But wait, there's a truck driving away, and it contains Flit's friends. Better send the new model after it. After all, that'll make Flit have to go after it because it's his friends. Why, though? Why would the UE know that, or care, to the point of flying away from mobile suits that they're ostensibly there to destroy? Because the plot requires it. so Flit can get beat up, get a new upgrade, and then somehow double back and save the shitty Zaku ripoffs like a half an hour later. The script demands it stuff is all over the place. In the first few episodes, it only takes 3 UE mobile suits to blow up a colony. But when the plot demands it, a farmer with a rocket launcher can stop one from walking 30 feet to a barn for like 10 straight minutes. Or, say, it'd be weird if the Gundam was captured by the UE and then arbitrarily given back to the protagonist by the enemy at the end of the episode because, I don't know, the plot? Things are made even more baffling once we learn early on the unknown enemy's motivations. See, the UE are actually the Vagan, or Vagan, descendants of Mars colonists whose colonization failed due to a fatal disease caused by the environment around Mars. Left for dead by the Earth Federation, their fate covered up, the Vagan now seek revenge and to take back the Earth and escape their fate by pretending to be robot space dragons and constantly attacking civilians. It's not even collateral damage. They outright attack Kyo going by on a scooter in the middle of a full-blown invasion of the Earth, despite having zero idea who he is, and this being decades after they fully revealed themselves. Fuck this ice cream truck, I guess. They attempt to justify this at the end of the series. Spoilers. By revealing that the Vagan's actions are part of a Machiavellian plot predicated on the Vagan head honcho being dumb as bricks. Because he is apparently determined that, somehow, destroying random population centers while giving the Earth slight chances to fight back, and thus also killing Vagans, will result in the creation of a race of pacifist superhumans to prevent future wars. After all, if both sides commit mutual genocide, only pacifists will be left, right? I have zero fucking idea how this is supposed to work. But hey, he's a super psychic. Maybe predicted that somehow that truck would need to be attacked in order for his space eugenics to work. Who can say? It even turns out that they could have moved their space colonies from Mars the whole time, making the "we gotta reconquer the Earth to save our people" angle just fundamentally not true. There's some neat ideas going on in the background about hate and generational conflict, with jaded old man Flit wanting to commit genocide on the Vagan to avenge friends he lost in the first arc, while his grandson Kyo, who is captured and taken to the Vagan colony and thus can empathize with their plight, instead wants to find a peaceful solution. But the fact that this also accompanies him defending the Vagan's weird genocide dad because he was nice to him, and the fact that Kyo's desire for peace takes the form of him becoming an unearned Kira Yamato-esque pacifist battle god, just makes the whole thing kind of weird. Plus, the way this all resolves is just garbage. As a completely inexplicable final encounter, literally described as the final boss, forces both sides to work together instead of any meaningful resolution of the core conflict. Flit has a vision of his dead Season 1 love interest and decides that genocide is bad, actually. Cool, that's all it took. Great. Mobile Suit Gundam Age is mostly frustrating, because there are hints of something interesting in it. The animation is solid, and I like the very different art style they went for. There's neat ideas here and there. It just completely fails to develop them in a way that makes it worth seeing, unless you're a real Gundam completionist. Next time, if the point of Gundam is to sell Gunpla, why don't we just make anime about Gunpla? Have you seen Gundam Age? What did you think? Disagree with my take? Share your thoughts in the comments.